Shedeur, congratulations on the amazing season. Heisman Trophy winning season vibe you on. And most definitely, I can't wait to rock these. Bam!
Draft day changes everything in the NFL. Most rookies are refreshing their bank apps, waiting for that first paycheck to clear. That's how it usually goes. Shedeur Sanders, he's playing an entirely different game. At exactly 10 a.m. this morning, Sanders quietly launched his latest SS2 logo collection. By 10:08 a.m., every single item was sold out. Not running low, completely gone. This wasn't just a few jerseys moving off the rack. We're talking millions of dollars in merchandise vanishing in minutes. Nike executives were reportedly stunned, watching their live sales dashboard explode like nothing they'd ever witnessed. They track every metric: click-through rates, conversion percentages, purchase velocity, and Shedeur's numbers shattered every ceiling. One insider claimed his conversion rate eclipsed any athlete currently under contract with Nike. Yes, that includes NBA superstars. That tells you everything. Fans aren't buying into the Browns organization, they're buying into Shedeur Sanders himself. This wasn't about team history, win-loss records, or depth charts. This was about belief, culture, and raw momentum. While franchises sell nostalgia, Sanders is selling the future, and the demand is absolutely insane. Behind the scenes, chaos erupted fast. Nike's logistics teams reportedly scrambled as warehouse inventory projected to last weeks disappeared in hours.
Yeah, we playing that shallow. Yeah, which one my daddy cleat should I wear? 93s, 96s, I don't know, decision.
Entire regional inventories were wiped clean before West Coast retailers even unlocked their doors. That's not typical. That's not something you plan for. That's a seismic shift. And here's where it gets even crazier. Within 72 hours, Shedeur Sanders wasn't just beating rookie sales benchmarks, he demolished numbers that typically take established NFL veterans an entire season to hit. This wasn't a merchandise drop. This was a declaration, loud and impossible to ignore. You could feel the momentum shift in real time. Nike thought they had this launch mapped out perfectly. Their forecasts predicted strong rookie interest, solid fan engagement, maybe performance comparable to other high-profile first-round picks. That plan crumbled instantly. Servers didn't just slow down, they crashed completely. Total system overload from demand nobody saw coming. Now, let's talk about what this actually means. This is power on your own terms. Sanders didn't wait for a Pro Bowl nod, didn't wait for playoff appearances, didn't wait to build a legacy first. The market responded immediately. Fans weren't hesitating or browsing casually. They were hammering that purchase button like it was championship gear, and industry insiders are already whispering about what comes next. There's leaked chatter that Nike is fast-tracking his signature cleat into full production to capitalize on this wave. Prototypes are being rushed through. Design timelines are getting compressed. This isn't business as usual. This is emergency-level acceleration driven by demand they can't afford to miss. Then there was that audio clip that captured everything about Shedeur's mindset perfectly. "I don't need that account anymore, man. I landed a solid deal for myself." That wasn't cockiness. That was confidence backed by real results. Another voice chimed in saying, "Wow, that's exactly how it should be." And they were absolutely right. This is what modern NFL influence actually looks like. Someone even reflected on the old mentality, saying, "Remember how it used to be back in the day when Dad said, 'Look, you've only got 2,000. That era is over. This is scale. This is reach." Sanders himself summed it up with pure excitement in his voice. "Absolutely, I'm super excited. That's exactly how I roll with people." That line resonates because it's genuine. No forced corporate speak, no scripted polish, just confidence and real connection. Make no mistake, this is bigger than apparel.
How Shedeur is about to break the damn internet being an NFL player. And really, name an NFL player since Coach Prime, besides Michael Vick don't count, that have sold their own signature sneaker and have been successful. Coach Prime is arguably the Michael Jordan of football players when it comes to the shoe game, bro.
This is a cultural takeover happening right now in real time. Shedeur Sanders didn't just outsell other rookies. He didn't just exceed expectations. He outsold the entire league. That's the kind of moment that forces executives to rethink their entire strategy and makes fans sit up and take notice. This wasn't luck. This wasn't manufactured hype. This was demand colliding with belief at the exact right moment, and the rest of the NFL is watching very closely now. Inside Nike headquarters, the situation was spiraling fast. Reports from insiders describe an atmosphere that was nothing short of absolute chaos. This wasn't celebration mode. Nobody was popping champagne. According to multiple sources, an emergency executive meeting was called immediately, and the mood in that room was pure disbelief. One leaked comment captured it perfectly. This demand is off the charts in ways we've never seen before. And that's when things really escalated. The situation blew up so quickly that it reportedly reached the absolute top of Nike's leadership. Sources claim Phil Knight, Nike's founder, personally called demanding answers. That alone speaks volumes. When the man who built the entire empire is picking up the phone for explanations, you know something historic just went down. The problem wasn't marketing. It wasn't hype. It was a supply chain failure caused by demand they never anticipated. This wasn't about accidentally moving too much product. This was about witnessing a cultural moment the entire system wasn't built to handle. Warehouses emptied out, servers crashed hard, forecast models collapsed in real time. Nike had just watched something monumental unfold with no way to hit pause. Even the financial leadership wasn't untouched. Nike CFO Matthew Friend was reportedly glued to live sales dashboards, watching numbers climb at a rate that defied every traditional projection. The algorithms didn't malfunction, they simply weren't designed to predict a cultural wave of this magnitude. The models predicted football fans. What actually showed up was something far bigger. And here's the twist that changed the entire game. Shedeur Sanders isn't selling to the typical NFL demographic. He's cracked a formula nobody else in the league has figured out. The data tells the full story. Z-only buyers, a group that typically ignores traditional team jerseys, flooded the site in massive numbers. That alone raised serious eyebrows. But the real bombshell? Women accounted for nearly half of all purchases. That completely shattered every demographic assumption Nike had in their playbook. Their internal consumer models based on gender were turned upside down within hours. This wasn't niche appeal, this was universal magnetic pull. Then came the international surge.
Do you like the DT 96s or the DT 93s better?
I like the 96s because it's more of the flames on the side, and I like that. It's more like chill, but still like stylish like that. So I like those the most, because I feel like they're the most, personally, I think they're the most recognizable at this day and age too.
Buyers from Europe and Asia hit the site like it was a limited edition sneaker collaboration. The traffic patterns mirrored global hype releases typically reserved for artists like Travis Scott, not football merchandise. Time zones didn't matter. Geographic borders didn't matter. The name Shedeur Sanders was moving product worldwide. That's when Nike executives started connecting all the dots. This wasn't about team loyalty or game day tradition anymore. Sanders had transformed his name, his charisma, and his authentic style into a genuine global brand. To these buyers, he wasn't just another athlete on a roster. He was a symbol of confidence, identity, and culture itself. At the center of this entire explosion was the logo. The SS crown wasn't just clean design work, it was a statement. It resonated differently. Buyers didn't see fabric and thread, they saw meaning. They saw ambition. They saw something they wanted to align themselves with. Inside Nike, the entire design process suddenly clicked into place. Insiders revealed the design team went through more than 15 different logo iterations before Sanders gave his final approval. Every version was scrutinized intensely. They needed something that honored the legacy of prime time without living in his shadow. That balance wasn't optional. It was absolutely mandatory. The final version delivered perfectly. Interlocking S elements combined with subtle crown imagery created an icon that was instantly recognizable. It didn't scream football at you, it whispered confidence. It wasn't loud, it was powerful. And once it hit the public, it spread like wildfire across every platform. What Nike learned in that moment went far beyond sales figures. Shedeur Sanders didn't just beat projections, he broke the entire framework used to measure athlete branding. This wasn't a fluke. This was proof that the game has fundamentally changed and the audience has evolved with it. In just a matter of days, this thing exploded way beyond simple merchandise. What started as a standard merch drop transformed into a full-blown cultural takeover. The SS logo was suddenly everywhere. TikTok timelines flooded with clips, Instagram feeds packed with outfit posts, and even music videos casually featured the gear like it was already iconic. This momentum wasn't manufactured. It wasn't paid influencer hype. It spread organically because it represented ambition, confidence, and belief. Fans weren't just buying cotton shirts and printed logos, they were buying into an entire mindset. Wearing Shedeur Sanders gear became a statement in itself. It communicated something without needing words. That's when Nike realized this wasn't normal consumer behavior anymore. This was identity-based purchasing, and that changes everything about the business model. As Nike scrambled to restock shelves and stabilize their crashed systems, their competitors weren't sitting calm either. Behind closed doors, panic was setting in fast. Once the sales data started circulating throughout the industry, the response was immediate. Adidas reportedly assembled an emergency strategy session in under 24 hours, no delays, no waiting periods. The reality hit them hard and fast. The message was brutal and crystal clear. Nike didn't just spot the next wave, they caught it early and rode it all the way. And everyone else? They were left behind. Under Armour and other major competitors immediately ramped up their scouting efforts, hunting for the next athlete with real cultural gravity. Not stats first, not highlight reels first, influence first. That's the fundamental shift happening right now. The old playbook is officially dead. Waiting 3 years for a rookie to prove himself on the field before investing in his brand doesn't work anymore. Shedeur Sanders obliterated that outdated strategy completely. He didn't need multiple seasons. He didn't need awards and accolades. He needed presence and authentic connection, and he delivered instantly. Brands aren't just chasing on-field performance anymore. They're hunting cultural influence. They want athletes who can move people emotionally, not just move the chains on third down. This wasn't just a victory for Nike. This was a warning shot fired across the entire sports marketing industry. Executives started asking uncomfortable questions internally. If one rookie can trigger this kind of global response, what happens if Nike just discovered the next generational icon? Not the next good player, the next full-blown cultural movement. The comparison started quietly, but spread fast throughout the business. People inside the industry were saying it out loud now. This feels fundamentally different. Then came the contract bombshell. Behind the scenes, whispers transformed into legitimate reports. Shedeur Sanders may have already outgrown his original deal in less than 1 week. The initial agreement simply wasn't structured to handle revenue at this unprecedented scale. That's not hype, that's mathematics. Urgent renegotiations reportedly began before week 1 even wrapped up. That alone is virtually unheard of in professional sports. His management team, known as the Shedeur Squad, wasted zero time pushing for structural changes to the contract. This wasn't about greed, this was about fair value catching up to reality. The performance bonus triggers written into his contract were obliterated within the first afternoon. Militones designed to take months vanished in hours. The system wasn't prepared for this velocity, and neither were Nike's financial analysts. What makes this even more remarkable is Nike's response. No pushback, no resistance, no hesitation whatsoever. They understand leverage perfectly, and right now, Shedeur Sanders holds all of it. This isn't a traditional athlete-brand relationship anymore. This is a genuine partnership driven by cultural dominance. Touchdowns alone don't move the needle like they used to. Wins still matter, but cultural influence pays bigger. Brands are investing in cultural supremacy now, not just box scores and statistics. Sanders represents that shift perfectly. But here's the reality check everyone needs to understand. All this buzz, all this momentum, all this money, it comes with one massive condition. You still have to deliver on the field when it counts. The spotlight doesn't dim gently or forgive easily. If the on-field play slips, the excitement can fade just as quickly. That's the pressure. Right now, Shedeur Sanders isn't just playing football anymore. He's carrying expectations that stretch far beyond the game itself. This is where Shedeur Sanders truly separates himself from all the noise. Plenty of athletes chase attention and headlines, but very few can actually sustain it long-term. What makes this brand legitimately different is simple: it delivers. Training camp reports aren't fluff pieces or spin. They're showing elite completion percentages, rapid processing speed, and sharp decision-making under pressure. That matters tremendously. Fans can sense when something is authentic, and they absolutely know the difference between manufactured corporate hype and genuine confidence built on preparation and belief. You can't sustain jersey sales on vibes alone. Sundays reveal the truth every week, and Sanders understands that better than anyone. His commercial momentum isn't floating on empty hype. It's anchored to legitimate talent and skill. That's why people are so locked in. That's why they're buying, sharing, and wearing the logo with genuine pride. This isn't casual support from casual fans. Fans aren't just spending money, they're investing emotionally. When someone buys that gear, they're not just grabbing a shirt from a website, they're placing their bet on a future. They're saying, "I believe this guy is the next one up." That kind of trust can't be manufactured or marketed into existence through clever campaigns. It has to be earned through authentic performance, and Sanders is earning it every step of the way. So what does this mean moving forward for the league and the business? The implications are absolutely massive. Shedeur Sanders has officially rewritten the entire blueprint for rookie athletes. He proved you don't have to sit quietly in the back, wait your turn, or ask permission to build something meaningful. You can step directly into the spotlight, establish your identity immediately, cultivate authentic culture, and let the corporations chase you instead of the other way around. Nike's supply chain might have stumbled trying to keep up with demand, but that's not a sign of weakness. That's pure validation. They're willing to absorb the logistical cost because they fully understand the long-term upside. This isn't a short-term trend that fades after a season. This is long-term brand equity being built in real time, right before our eyes. When billion-dollar companies adjust entire operational systems for one athlete, that tells you everything you need to know. Now, the entire conversation shifts completely. The question isn't whether Shedeur Sanders is marketable anymore. That debate is over and settled. The real question now is how bright this star can actually shine. How far can this empire stretch? How massive can this moment become if the on-field performance matches the off-field momentum? Because if Sanders shows out this season, if the poise, accuracy, and leadership translate when the lights are brightest and the stakes are highest, then this won't be remembered as just a cool rookie run.